Hi, I'm vjsmyth, and this is The Abyss Instant Europa, and this is a licensed movie sequel tie-in to the James Cameron movie The Abyss. And the first thing people always ask me about this is, holy crap, there's a there's a movie game for The Abyss, and we're going to be doing a few things interesting with this. So first of all, this is actually kind of a Doom clone, but we're going to be doing this entirely pacifist. We won't even be picking up a weapon, and there'll be some strategy to take into account. So the main overall story for this is we're the NTIs, the alien race from the movie, have set up base underwater, and the deep core platform from the movie is the kind of the way station between the two, and there's a mutagenic virus on board. So we've been going down. We're actually playing Ed Harris's character from the movie. They didn't get him back, which is a real big shame and a real big surprise for this kind of budget movie tie-in. But so we're going to try and find out the cause of the mutagenic plague and try and find a cure. Before we start, I just want to point out there is going to be a really bad flashing light warning about like 10 seconds into the run. I'll let you want to safely look at the screen, and it'll happen again at about the 3-minute mark of the run. So just keep that in mind. I will give warning before, and I'll say when it's safe to look back at the screen. Okay, so time starts when we select the character. So it's either Bud or Lindsay. It makes no difference other than who does some of the voice actors lines. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So come in here, and straight away I'm going to give the flashing light warning because you need to go into the stock room here. So I'm just grabbing this key card. Come on, get. Come on, get. There we go. Okay, safe. Look back at the screen now. Sorry about that. There's literally no way around it. It's supposed to be like a flickering light bulb that's broken in the base, but it's actually just a really bad strobe lighting effect. So, what's happening on this? So we need to get the power core back up and running first before we can find out what's going on. And we're going to see our first glimpse of mutant here in a second, depending on where it's spawned. And there we go. And we're running past it. So this is pacifist percentage, so we're not picking up any weapons and we're not doing any combat. So this is going to be a fun experience for all. So we're on the deep core platform at the start, and we need to grab 3 colored gel packs. So we have the blue pack and we have the green pack, and these are kind of like fuses for the power core. The game doesn't really say what they are, just that you need them. So we're going all the way back down to the basement, and you might be wondering what the controls are like for this. Before we get into that, sorry, there's 3 polywater keys here I'm picking up in this room. I'm going to make sure I have all 3 of them I have. We won't be using them for a very long time in the game, but if we miss them here, we're going to have a lot of trouble later on, so make absolutely sure to pick them up here. So we're just running straight past another guy here, and we're putting the gel cores into the power generator, and we quickly flick the switch here and let it get past this guy before he hits us. So the controls for this are really awkward. It's actually arrow keys only, there's no mouse look. And it is super annoying because a lot of the areas have a lip on them, so you can't, like, if you run into the wall, you kind of just get stuck in it. I'm going to do a safety save here because in front of this room here, there's 2 big mutants that do a lot of damage, and I need to get past them quickly because we're not doing the dev intended strat. So we're quickly turning on 3 of the 4 switches, and then we jump on top of the ledge here, and they can't actually hit us. So we got the first part of the full diving suit helmet, and run straight back out. So the hit detection is kind of weird. They need to be right up on top of you unless they're actually punching you, in which case they can't hit you. But they won't punch you if you're on top of a small ledge, and that's what we did there. Second now. Oops, went too far. Sorry. Now, flashlight warning again in a second, so going right back into that same room. I need to grab the rest of the diving suit. The game won't let you pick them up all up at the same time, unfortunately. You have to do it in places. So look away again now.
Finally got all the pieces.
And it's safe to look back at the screen. So don't worry about it. There's no other flashing light warning again for the rest of the game, so it's only at the start. So Now we need to grab the red key card. Not went too far. And so a lot of this is kind of relies upon you getting a gun and shooting the mutants as you go along. Bear in mind, actually, you can't actually kill the mutants because this is an E for everybody. Actually, there you go. Sometimes you get stuck on the wall trying to use it. So yes, this is a Doom clone that's rated E for everybody, and you stun rather than kill. Okay, come on. Sometimes it's easy to get stuck on the wall. So we've got the metal sheet there, so it's actually a floor tile, and we need to grab 2 more here. And we're mashing the use key, we're looking at the ground here, and you can quickly put them down on the ground. And we're going to go grab the ignition key, because this entire platform is actually mobile, and it's stuck on a rock, so we need to move it out of the way, and to do that we need to get the key from up here. So we actually almost finished the first hub of the game. And we're just on our way to the next area. Unfortunately, I have to wait for the door to close because it's a safety door. And okay, so we've moved the deep core platform. We have all the pieces of our diving suit equipped, so now we can jump down and go into the NTI Ark, which is the NTI's version of their base on Earth. So healing is this big pile of seaweed. That's a lot of seaweed for a guy. So even if you like sushi, I think that's a bit much for one person to be eating. But yeah, okay, skip. I wait for the water to get up high enough, and come on, game. There you go. So there's a little room here. We need to wait for the water to drain. Come on. Okay, so this is the NTI Ark. So this is very weirdly laid out. We're on the top sector of it, and it's kind of laid out like a circle which divided up into 8 sections, or sectors as they call it, sorry. And we need to kind of go all around the sectors and turn on 4 power generators and find the first part of the mutagenic cure. Almost got lost there. Right. I will actually be doing a donation at the end of this. So every time I get properly lost, I will I'll donate $5 because it's going to happen. So we're going left, center, right. A musical floor tile puzzle to open the side panel here, and we use the first relay for the jump gate system, and leg it back out. The game doesn't actually tell you how to even solve those. It's just trial and error, and if you actually mess it up, it's an actual pain to reset them. But I've done this often enough, I can kind of remember what I'm doing. Going right here. So again, this is completely pacifist, so the game does expect you to pick up a weapon, and there's actually 2 spots here to pick up a gun, but we're not picking up one at all. The first room here on the left has an upgraded blaster, we're not grabbing it. And we're going to go to the cinema here. Unfortunately, we won't have time to watch the movie. It's also looping like a file, but don't have time to watch it. This might seem smoother controlling than I'm making it out to be, but it is really jank. Because again, like, there's no mouse hook for this. This one is left, right, center, and to the middle. There's a force field there in front of the door. If you don't hit the floor panels in the right order, it doesn't open. And okay, so that's, sorry, the slits here, stitch, and okay, so onto the, yeah, so I gone wrong there, I hadn't, I'm good. If you're kind of careful hitting those switches, you need to be hitting them straight on. If you're at any kind of an angle, the game won't give it to you, and also you just end up bashing into the side of it, and you have to actually walk back and manually readjust yourself. And so this room is actually quite dangerous, so hope for the best. We already shot in the back once. Oh, we didn't get it. This game, hitless is basically impossible because there's robots there. The robots you can actually kill, the flying ones, but it's not worth it because they're usually just trading shots. So on to the third, which is left here, perfect. This one is actually mean. It's pre-solved. It's actually tied to the door you walk into the area. So if you'll be walking around here on the floor tiles wondering why the hell it's not working. It doesn't matter what the floor panels are. If the door entering the room is open, that side door will be open. It is really mean. The game doesn't tell you anything about that. It's just even like a walkthrough I was looking at when I was writing for this didn't even notice that. It was like I think it's pre-solved, but it's not. It's literally based on whether the door is open or not. So we're almost finished this hub. So we need to turn on the final relay, which is in sector 6. We were in sector 5. We'll be coming back to it in a second because that's our way out. And this one is the same solution as the first one. Now if we go a little bit quiet here and there, I have to concentrate on this because, as you can see, all of the areas look the same. It's left, center, left, right, and we hug the walls so we don't hit off that. Perfect. And you can do the walk of shame as well, so if you don't hit the relay and get out of the room fast enough, it actually resets the door lock, so you have to actually go on. You turn around, hit the button again, and then walk back out. So now we need to go down to the lower layer, lower level. So we need to drain the water here. We can go down there for most of the areas, but it's faster just to get down to the last section. So in the main power core. The power core is actually on for this section, but we have to get the power to the door, which for some reason is in this room. This entire layer is ridiculously mean. So there's a load of side chambers all around here and different corridors. Every single one of them has mutants in it. And there's no pickups, no nothing. It's literally just enemies. So we're just finished the second sector here. We're just heading back to number 5. See, arms got turned around. It's fine. I don't count that. It's fine. And we're heading all the way back to sector 5. Now, this is also another mean trick the game pulls. The exit for the area is actually hidden behind a secret panel. Sorry, just moving my notes here at the same time I'm doing stuff. So we have to... There's a secret panel here at the side, and we're hoping that a robot is on our left when we come in here. And then we're probably going to get shot in the back a couple of times, so hopefully not too much. So the secret panel is here on the left. And we're hoping the robot is in front of us or to the left. It's not great, it's fine. And we need to quickly hit the panel here to open this. Quickly, come on, get. If that panel is not turned off, there's a force field over the jump gate exit, and you fly the ship straight into it and you die instantly. Back to intro. Nothing you can do about it. It's just, if you haven't pressed the button, you die. 90s adventure games at its finest. Yeah, it is really mean. I will be doing some safety saves in this section later on because, again, if I die, go back to intro. I do have some checkpoint saves, but if you're not saving as you're going along, you will. The only thing in this game's favor lets you save anywhere, but if you're not paying attention, you'll just die and go back into it, and or lose a chunk of progress, or worse in these areas because they're all big mazes. You'll go, where am I? So remember those polywater keys I picked up all the way back at the very start? We now use them in this area to open up secure rooms. And we got shot a few times. I still am, unfortunately. Go on. Oh no, you can ask. Actually, I got lost. I turned around there, but feel free to ask away. Poor life choices is the answer I usually give for any of the runs I do. I like throwing highlighting old obscure games, good or bad. This is on the bad side, but it's interesting. I'll say this: like I have like I don't try to be too negative on bad games, but this is at least interesting.
What is this place?
Oh, by the way, here.
Sure is hot
Those
down
noises you hear, that's supposed to be the aliens talking to you. I didn't pick up the translator, so it just sounds like this radio static, and he's talking to himself, because the game doesn't actually have a separate version. There we go. This is mean. So there's 4 caverns here I need to go to, and this is the first of them. And at least we go to them in order. It doesn't matter which mini sub you take; you'll always go to the right hanger. Sorry, go ahead. You're going to ask me a question here. Yeah. Yeah. So I need to save here because there's a chance the game can crash, and I'm putting down a panel here over the. Oh, it's fine. It can crash. Sorry. Occasionally it can crash. And there's one more thing I wanted to mention before we go back to talking to that. There is first-person platforming in this. Because when you think of Doom clones, you think first-person platforming. We can take a bit of damage here. It's fine. But yeah, I'm coming back out. But yeah, I do agree with you. Like, there's a lot of games. Like, this isn't a game that I'd say nobody should play. I think people should at least check it out because it is interesting. And if you like the Abyss movie, it does kind of expand on the lore and does like, oh, what happened next to the characters. But it's not very good, but it is interesting. See, I might actually be a little low on health here. It's fine. Yeah, it's not the worst game I speedrun. That would actually be a game. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to have ready to submit to the marathon, the License-a-thon. It's actually From Dusk Till Dawn, which is also a licensed movie tie-in sequel. That game is actually awful. That's like virtually. It is pure trash. It's no redeeming qualities. It's one where I actually struggle to actually go, what is good about it? And it's funny to laugh at it, but that's not really something the game should be proud of. Okay. Yeah. So for this part, I need to actually be careful because this is actually mean with no weapons. I need to lure this guy away from this boulder that's blocking a pathway, and then I can move it out of the way. And if I have to be really fast here. I should have saved. I really should have saved. That's fine. It's fine. Should have saved. It's fine. So do I. Please be in time. If I'm not fast enough, he actually comes and blocks the entire way, and like he's so big, I can't get past him, and he just kills you. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah. For this game, actually, mapping, it's actually a pain in the ass because there's no official game maps. It's one of those things, unfortunately, it's lost to time. There was official website for the game that even on like the Wayback Machine doesn't have the maps for the walkthrough for it, which is a true shame. But if you go on to Game FAQs today, you can find I have an unofficial HTML guide with all hand-drawn maps in MS Paint glory. So this game is easy enough to complete because I literally have all the instructions for how to do it. Yeah. For this, I'm running another game later on this evening, Aliens Comfort Adventure. I've done so much work with routing that, and I had the maps done. I said, you know what? I might as well put up the might as well make a proper walkthrough for them. And I'm going to save here again because this is actually a really spot I can danger of dying. Okay, took a hit there. I didn't, mainly because I have no talent. Yep. That's a death, so that's donation. Okay. Now my health is low, but these guys can also actually just one-shot you. Even if you're at full health, I've had it happen. I have lost so many runs in this corridor because it's just giant mutant after giant mutant. And you go like, wow, I'm like, okay, I'm doing great. I have like, 3/4 health, and like the game goes, nope, screw you, take your death, back to intro. Okay, we're getting out here. So this is Cavern 4, which is the last of the caverns. I think we're doing actually really good in time at the moment. Still have to actually. Now, this is a section where I definitely am probably going to get lost, because even doing on practice earlier on, I was getting completely lost in an underwater cavern here. And also, these caverns are meaner than I'm making them look, because if you don't know where you're going, you will end up trying to do stuff out of order or exploring stuff that's absolute, just a dead end. So like there's the second cavern, instead of going in and doing that, like jumping stuff over the hot springs that do damage to you, there's an entire section where if you go exploring and you jump across chasms and there's literally nothing, it's an entire U-turn. It's just a massive detour all around the edge of a cavern, and you come back to the main area and go like, wait, what? There's nothing down there, and it takes about like a good 5 or 6 minutes of just like going straight forward, and I don't even think there's enemies in one of it. So I'm going to save here again, because we have another section where I probably am going to get turned around. That's fine. No, am I going right? Oh, right. So okay, I'll donate another $5 for that one, because I was I did miss a turn off. Oh, like this is precision first-person platforming. I'm making it look easier than it is, mainly because I've played this game way too often. And for this part, so there's 4 caverns here, and this is the final partial mutation cure we picked up. So we had to do these we had to do all 4 caverns, because you can't actually you can't just go straight to cavern 3 then cavern 4 or anything like that. The game won't let you. I'm going to be doing another $5 now in a second. I am, because I got turned on. So that's we'll say 15 so far. But in my defense, you can see why I'm getting turned around. Yeah. I'll probably get to turn on here at the end as well. I have heard someone watched me play this on stream before, said it's very relaxing watching me do the mazes here because it's kind of like watching like Windows, the Windows screensaver from back. Yeah, got it in one. It's very much like watching that. I think I'm right. Please be right. Please be right. I don't think I turned around. If I don't see an enemy notification here, I'm good. There's a little radar in the bottom left corner. You might see it popping up whenever a mutant is near. That's kind of how I almost got lost there. That doesn't count. Doesn't count. Almost a ground turn. There's a radar in the bottom left corner that peeps up. Why do you have a? Okay, I will take. Damn, it's a 5 there. I wasn't paying attention. I took the wrong turn. Damn it. So there's $20 so far. Okay, that's for a good cause and teaches me not to be an idiot. Yeah, I'm one of those runners who actually just has the notes in their splits, which is probably not the best way of doing it. But most stuff I have is like literally just left, right, or in it. For the caverns, like it's just muscle memory. But unfortunately, because all the caverns look the same, it sounds like you can go like, oh, this is the red cavern. I just need to go here. They all look the same. You remember, okay, this is the cavern I turn left at next. Pick up some much needed health, thank God. And this is the mutation cure machine. Playing this casually, by the way, you're not going to find all this stuff properly because you're going to be walking around here lost for ages in all these identical looking corridors, and most of these have side chambers that just go straight into death. Well, not death, like it's just you open the corridor and you walk in, and then there's just like 3 robots there who immediately open fire on you. And health isn't exactly plentiful on this hub. But we are very close to endgame, by the way. So we are taking a shortcut back to one of the mini-sub hangars. There technically is multiple endings, but I don't know how you actually trigger the bad ending, because the bad ending is you trigger the terraforming, which we're about to do in a second, and the planet explodes. But I'm not actually quite sure how you do that, because you can't really get far enough in the game and not have the stuff to do it. That's the last polymorph key, and we're about to come up on time here, so we just hit these 2 buttons and we are done. So power up the machine, and then we put in the cure, and we are done. That's time. I'm happy with that. I think my work for this is like 23 minutes, so that's not too bad considering I got lost a few times, and it's what, $20 I said for donating. I'll go 25 because there's probably one there, 1 or 2 small ones. I'll round it up to 25. Yeah, so you can find me on twitch.tv/vjsmyth. I also have a YouTube channel called Captions on Gaming. And if you're on speedrun.com, you'll just find me under vjsmyth. If you have any interest in running this or any of the other games I do, please feel free to ping me. Absolutely, I love talking about old games and all the stuff I've done for these, because any game I've done ridiculous amounts of research on. So if you have any more info to throw on top of it, feel free to hit me up.
In fact, the NTIs have asked that the Brigmans be escorted to Europa to help them finish the final details of terraforming. As it turns out,
it actually started off as me just being too lazy to actually record voiceover, so I just had text on the screen over some videos I was doing on games. Yeah, so it's accessible, but accessible because I'm lazy. Actually, it probably offsets being accessible because there's no audio, so so it's back to square one. So if you can read it, but you can't hear any dialogue. So yeah, it's probably cancels it out. Well, thanks for having me on for this, and I'll be back on, I think, in an hour's time. I think my next one. No worries.